Why don't we talk about Comcast fighting fee transparency?
Yes, I don't know anything about this. Comcast has complained to the FCC. Oh, great.
Yeah, basically ISPs are dicks.
Yeah, just always.
The sequel. The sequel of the sequel. Here we go.
Number 2, Comcast has complained to the FCC about an upcoming rules change that will require them to clearly disclose their prices and monthly fees on broadband fax labels in an itemized list intended to be analogous to nutrition facts labels found on packaged food? What is happening right now? According to Comcast, displaying all their monthly fees will impose significant administrative burdens and unnecessary complexity. How? How bad are you? What do you mean? Having a product label is hard. Is what I just read, I think. The new rules are in response to a 2021 law passed by Congress and requires, requiring ISPs to display the labels at a point of sale. The labels must disclose broadband prices, introductory rates, data allowances, internet speeds, and include links to information about an ISP's network management practices and privacy policies.
This is
That all
great.
sounds fantastic.
This is actually what the government is supposed to be doing.
I so far love this.
According to Comcast, though, it is working diligently to put in place the systems and processes necessary to create, maintain, and display the labels as required. However, it and other large ASPs must take issue with the part of the new rules that states that providers must list all recurring monthly fees, including all charges that providers impose at their discretion, i.e., charges not mandated by a government.
What?
That is over the line!
You can't have us tell people what we'll charge them. This is the most ridiculous crap I've read in a long time.
According to Comcast, the wording of the rules is ambiguous.
No, it's not. It doesn't seem like to me.
Because
Okay.
some government fees are not required to be passed on to customers, but can be passed through to customers at an ISP's discretion. So they will have to admit that they don't have to pass the fees to customer. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
These
Great.
discretionary pass-through fees vary from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, and ISPs would therefore need to have a different label for each jurisdiction. 251 in total, according to Comcast.
Oh, no.
No, you actually do just need to have transparency in your fees. And I'm sorry, but okay, for an organization our size, yes, all the different tax jurisdictions in the States are a nightmare.
That's also a lot more than 251 as far as my understanding goes.
For an organization your size
Get it
that
done.
has to do all these things and has to deal with all these fees, listing them shouldn't be much of a challenge.
Yeah.
And this isn't the first time that we've heard corporate whining about this type of transparency. The food industry made similar complaints of regulatory overburden and potential customer confusion when nutrition labels were first implemented. In 2003, the FDA began requiring labeling of trans fats. And by 2015, the food industry had reduced their trans fat content in food by 86%. So that's an example of how it actually works for the benefit of consumers when the government steps in and goes, hey, actually, that thing that you've been doing is totally unethical and not okay. And you're obviously going to keep doing it because it's very profitable to keep doing it, but you do need to stop. There are times when that does make sense.
I have a problem with TELUS right now. Where I have a recurring billing set up with TELUS for my internet, and they just won't bill me, and then they charge me late fees and interest. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's set to recurring billing. You have my card. Charge it? And they're just like, nope, late, interest. What are you doing? I was literally considering the other day, if I want to be petty enough to just bring them to small claims court. Because there is literally no way that they can win this. It's $4, but what? I can't imagine at any level how they think this is okay. It's just it's just ISPs, dude. I can't figure it out.
Why you need regulation sometimes. And here's another example. Comcast has repeatedly had issues with customer service reps giving misleading information to customers, which is, so basically they're saying, we don't want to create any documentation, not even anything people can use internally, because then people might accidentally tell people the right information.
Yeah.
Also, they were caught lying to the FCC about how much of the country they actually cover this past February, apparently. ISPs are the classic example. Like if you're going to use public infrastructure, then you need public regulation. I'm sorry, that's just the way it works, because you're only sort of a private entity. You're a private-public partnership. So you are, I'm sorry, you're subject to rules. I'm sorry you didn't make enough billions of dollars last quarter in your stupid monopoly. Like, no, you actually do need to tell people how much money you're going to charge them. It's very frustrating.